Now, maybe your eyes are just looking tired, or you have those dark circles, eye hollows, even maybe some crepey skin on your eyelids, or just crow's feet around the corners of your eyes, and you're just not sure what to do about them or what is really going to work. Well, I have some really good news for you because I've taken 3 videos on these subjects, 3 very popular videos here on the channel, editing them down to a much shorter compilation video so you don't have to go searching through my channel looking for specific videos on this topic. You can get all your questions answered and actually have ageless eyes. I've even added chapters in this video so you can skip around, come back to the parts that you feel were most important to you. And since I'm about to turn 60, yes, 60 in 2 weeks, that's something I know I'm always concerned about, so I'm going to shut up and let's dive right in. Have you noticed your eyes looking tired lately? Maybe some dark circles and puffiness? Or have those fine lines and wrinkles begun to show up and you're just not quite sure if fillers and Botox are the right thing for you? Well, one of the things that has always helped me defy my age is the fact that my eyes don't even look close to the 59 years old that I am. In fact, I receive more compliments about my nice eyes these days than I did when I was much younger. And that is no accident. So no matter what the state of the skin around your eyes, there are some things you can do to help them look healthier and more youthful in a very short amount of time. Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. Today I'm going to professionally address how to improve the eye area without having to resort to invasive procedures. Now, if you happen to be new to my channel and not familiar with who I am, I'm Chris Gibson, a skincare expert. I've been doing skincare for 36 years. So if you've been looking for expert content here on YouTube where someone walks the talk, I hope you'll stick around and subscribe. Now, unfortunately for all of us, skin around the eye is very delicate, it's very thin, and it is always the first area on the face to begin to show the signs of aging, mostly because we have dynamic wrinkles when we smile, frown, cry, laugh, what have you. Those can become static wrinkles over time. So dynamic wrinkles then become static wrinkles. And so it's essential that we give the same amount of TLC to the eye area in our skincare routine as we do everywhere else. The first thing I will say is everyone needs to start taking care of their eyes at a young age. Now, I know I have a lot of viewers and subscribers in their 20s and 30s, and you guys are really skin savvy. So some of you already know this, but for the rest of us, fear not. If you've left off taking care of the skin around your eyes, it's never too late to start. There are still many things you can do to help reverse the signs of aging, giving you refreshed, more youthful, and beautiful, healthy looking eyes. And the good news is my tips I'm going to be sharing with you today are not difficult or expensive. The first one is something I talk a lot about here on the channel, and that is facial massage. I'm really big on facial yoga and exercises, and those are videos you can find easily here on the channel. But facial massage, a gentle, quick facial massage, can help improve superficial circulation, help remove excess lymph fluid from around the eyes and the middle of the face, giving you a much more awake and youthful look. It's so simple to do. You want to make sure you use a moisturizer on your skin anytime you are doing any sort of massage because we don't want to pull the skin. So as I said, simple, so let's do it. This is a moisturizer by Neutrogena. It's hyaluronic acid based. It's their Hydro Boost Gel Cream, but you could use any moisturizer. You just want to dab a little bit of that on the skin to moisten and make it a little bit slippery. Then you want to use your fingertips and always start in the middle of the face, and we're always going to use an upward and outward motion away from the eyes and the middle of the face. So right here, we just upward, just gently massage all the way down to the jawline, from the nose outward, from the forehead upward and outward, from around the eyes, upward and outward, just gently for about 3 to 5 minutes. And you'll notice that my skin now has a rosier, lifted, refreshed look. Next up is to be sure to be applying an eye cream day and night. Now, I know there's a lot of conjecture out there. People tell you don't need them, you don't have to use them, but moisture is the key ingredient to keeping eyes looking youthful because we don't have a lot of oil glands around our eyes and they tend to be dry. We do not want our eyes to ever be super dried out because it's going to lead to crepey skin and it's going to help those dynamic wrinkles wrinkles become static wrinkles much more quickly. Now, you can use your own moisturizer. That's absolutely fine. I always prefer and recommend eye care products that are formulated for use around the eye because the ingredient levels in those products are designed to be used around the eye at a level that won't cause irritation, but yet give you beneficial effects, and they tend not to migrate into the eye, which can be very, very irritating. Now, you want to look for eye skin products that are formulated to help lift, tighten, brighten, and improve the health of the skin around the eye. I have reviewed so many of these products on the channel. This is one of my favorites. This is a skin renewal eye cream by OneSkin. It's just packed full of peptides that actually help improve the molecular structure of the skin. But there are many of those. For those of you who have dark circles and puffiness, products that contain Ageless, that's that Botox in the bottle. It's a peptide that helps minimize muscle contraction just under the skin. No, it is not Botox. It will not give you Botox results, but it will help improve those areas by minimizing the depth of the dynamic wrinkles you make when you smile, laugh, cry, or what have you. In the mornings, it is great to apply a cooling eye gel. Those are products that help depuff the eye, lift and tighten the skin just under and around the eye. You can even use one of those gemstone rollers, chill it in the refrigerator. Anything to help remove and reduce the amount of lymph fluid under the eye is going to help with puffiness. Again, I reviewed many of these types of products here on the channel. I will, as always, put a link down below in the video description box so you can go check out my recommendations and any products we talk about here on the video today. So you don't need to write them down. You can just wait until we're done. Now, for those of you who suffer deep, dark circles, I have some answers for you for these. Dark circles happen to be more prevalent as we get older because, again, skin very thin around the eye, and as this thins out, the eye hollow becomes more apparent because there are a million tiny little blood vessels just behind the skin under our eyes. The two ways I want to talk about addressing dark circles is the use of caffeine or a caffeine serum, because caffeine helps to shrink those capillaries back away from the surface of the skin. No, it doesn't cause any damage, doesn't hurt the capillary. It just moves it back far enough to help decrease the look of those dark circles. Caffeine serums tend to be very inexpensive. This is a triple action eye lift caffeine serum. Again, I'll put a link to this down below in the video description box. You can apply that caffeine serum in the morning and you will get about 6 to 8 hours of relief of those capillaries. And the great thing about caffeine serum is you can reapply it as often as you need. Now, I don't care if you're a guy or a girl, everyone needs to have a good concealer on hand, because there are going to be days where no matter what you do, dark circles and puffiness are just going to get the best of you and you're going to be frustrated. So the end of the day answer to that is to have a good concealer. Now, this is mine. You can see that it's green. Different concealer colors work differently on different colors of skin, pigment, and tone. So if your dark circles tend to be purple or blue, a yellow concealer is going to be better for you. If you're like me and your dark circles tend to have a reddish tint, then a green tinted concealer like mine is going to work better for you. And you always want to choose one that's just a tiny bit lighter than your skin, so it helps brighten and lift the area under the eye. Very simple to apply. I'm just going to dab this on this eye right here. You can use your little finger and just blend that in. Again, try not to stretch or tug at the skin. And you can see that it just made a difference right here on camera. But on days when nothing seems to work for those dark circles, a concealer can be your best friend. So that's for dark circles. But what if I have extra puffiness that just doesn't want to go away? Well, there are products designed to help tighten that skin, push back that lymph fluid, and give you a lifted look for up to 8 hours a day. Now, one of the ones I talk about here on the channel all the time that I use is Instatox. So if you had a night where you didn't get very much sleep, these type of products can work very well. They are made with ingredients like silicates from clay that work on the very surface of the skin to pull skin cells together and tighten them. Again, this one by Serious Skincare, Instatox, is one of my favorites. You just take a little bit of this product and it does not take much, just a tiny amount. Then you just dab it under your eyes like so. Just blend it in until you begin to feel that it's being absorbed and you can stop. Now, you're not supposed to talk while using Instatox to let it sit up, but we're doing a video, so I'm talking. But within a couple of minutes, the Instatox is absorbed and will work up to 8 hours, tightening and holding the skin firm, and you will feel it work. Now, the other great thing I like about Instatox, it's one of the few of these type of products you could actually mix some in your moisturizer or your eye cream and it will still do the job. Whereas a lot of other under eye tighteners, you have to use them alone. You can't even use them with foundation and they don't work and last as well. The next key for younger, healthier looking eyes is to take a look at your salt intake. Make sure that it's not high, that you try to lower it, because extra salt in the body means extra fluid, which means extra lymph fluid under and around your eyes. And many times we see when a person reduces their salt intake, not only do they hold less water everywhere else, but the face and eyes look much less puffy. So take a look at your salt intake and make sure you're not overdoing it. All right, now we're all guilty of spending lots of time on our devices. I do it too. I'm on one right now being filmed. So phones, laptops, iPads, what have you, that blue light that's emitted from those screens to our face is not helpful to our eye health or our skin. There have been numerous studies linking blue light exposure to some of the same damage we see in skin that we see in photoaging from the sun. So it's a good thing to track and be mindful of how much time you're spending on your devices and using those screen materials to help block that blue light or that option on your smartphone. The less blue light hitting your face, the better your eyes are going to be and look. Now, in the beginning of this video, I said some of these would be very inexpensive, and they don't get any less expensive than these that I'm about to talk about. In fact, I am reaching back into the depths of skincare antiquity for these, but they actually work. Applying sliced chilled cucumbers to your eyes will work. Chilled cucumber helps reduce inflammation, refreshes and hydrates the eyes, and also helps shrink back those capillaries and reduce lymph fluid. So even though that technique has been around a while, it works, as does chilled tea bags. Remember, we just talked about caffeine. Caffeine is very helpful around the eye and making it look refreshed, shrinking back those capillaries, and really helping reduce those dark circles. Chilled tea bags, I even still use those today. Warm tea bags are also great if you have irritated, dry, or inflamed eyelids. A warm chamomile tea bag can help reduce inflammation and redness and irritation, giving you back refreshed, much better feeling eyes. But wait, have you heard about this one? Actually using russet or white potato slices chilled in the refrigerator on your eyes does all of the same things we just talked about that cucumber does, but because of the enzymes in the potato, it actually does a tightening effect. So chilled potato slices, especially if you have puffy eyes, will really brighten and tighten that skin for just pennies. And then of course it would not be me or my channel if I did not bring up and talk about the fact that you need to protect your eye area from the damaging effects of the sun. Now, sunglasses, and these are ugly, I know, they're ugly sunglasses, must be worn when you're outdoors. Two things. One, it protects your eyes and the skin around your eyes from the damaging effects of the sun, but it keeps you from squinting. And that's those dynamic wrinkles that will turn into static wrinkles if you squint all the time. So very important to protect your eyes from the sun using sunglasses, and of course a sunscreen designed to be used around the eyes. Yes, there are such things. And again, I'll put recommendations for sunscreens down below in the video description box. You'll have everything we talked about here on the channel today. Just using one or any of these alone would make a big difference, but used together, they can really turn back the clock on the aging skin around your eyes. Puffy under eyes and dark circles can be a very frustrating condition, not to mention how expensive some of those eye creams can be. Today, I'm sharing a very effective, inexpensive way to treat these issues. In fact, it's one of the #1 ingredients in those really expensive eye treatments, but I'm going to tell you how to get it for less than 10 bucks. Hey everybody, welcome back. Yes, there are many ingredients in skincare products, specifically for treatments around the eye to help with many eye conditions, crepiness of the skin, dark colorations, age spots, but also there are treatments designed to impact the puffiness we get under the eye from lymph fluid drainage that's very slow, which tends to happen when we don't get a lot of sleep or we had too much fun on the night out before. And it also occurs more often the older we get. Then there are those dark under eye circles and eye hollows that actually are a product of the tiny capillaries under the skin, which show through on some of us because of genetics, but also can be more prominent when we haven't gotten enough rest, we haven't been well, or again, maybe too much fun on the night out before. Well, there is one active ingredient that is found in the most effective of these treatment formulas, and that is good old caffeine. So we're going to talk about that and how it might work very well for you. So this video is going to be a saving grace for many of you. Now, used in the right way, in the right form, caffeine can be very exceptionally helpful. Very exceptionally helpful. That's a lot of helpful for removing those dark circles and actually helping depuff the eyes. And it does this in a number of ways. First is vasoconstriction. If you remember, I just talked about the fact that those little tiny capillaries in the skin can actually show through and can make those dark circles really apparent, and actually same thing for eye hollows. Well, caffeine actually helps constrict those tiny blood vessels. No, it doesn't cause any harm to your skin or your blood vessels, but it does shrink them back from the surface of the skin, helping that all to disappear. And the great news about the vasoconstriction effect of caffeine is it lasts for several hours. It also has anti-inflammatory properties, helping to decongest the lymph fluid that gathers around our eyes. Again, the skin is very thin, so it doesn't take a lot of fluid just underneath the lower eyelid to give us that puffy look. Well, it helps speed up the decongestion of that fluid, helping us to have a tighter, firmer look around our eyes. It also gives us several hours of a diuretic effect, helping to keep that fluid at bay, keeping our eyes look fresh and youthful much longer than just, say, a plain old eye cream. But we're not done there. Caffeine also improves superficial circulation around the eyes, which is so important to the health of the skin cells around our eyes. And because, and along with its antioxidant effects, it helps bring oxygen to the surface of the skin. It helps bring nutrients. It actually helps revitalize the entire eye area, making it look brighter and younger. And yes, there are DIY methods of using caffeine in the eye area. I've talked about those here on the channel, using chilled tea bags, coffee grounds, all of which can work, but they tend to be messy and time consuming. So often a concentrated caffeine serum designed for use around the eyes is the easiest. And the really good news is today I'm going to be talking about a product that you can get for under 10 bucks. It is the Eye Lift Serum from Apex CE Specialist. This is a skincare brand out of the UK. You can get this on Amazon, and several stores carry it. And you can most often find this particular version of caffeine serum for under 10 bucks. On Amazon, I think it was $8.95 for this bottle that I purchased. I really like this formulation. So despite its price, I wouldn't be talking to you about the product if it didn't have other ingredients in it that are also helpful for the eye area. And again, we're talking about a less than $10 product versus a really expensive eye cream that would contain the same things like rosehip and pomegranate seed oil, ECGC glucoside, along with other hydrators like hyaluronic acid and several other botanical seed oils that are very useful around the eye. Works very well for sensitive skin. There is no fragrance contained in this product formulation. And of course, being a serum, it's super easy to apply. The thing you need to know is it needs to go on clean, dry skin. So you would use this first before your other skincare products. You just take a tiny amount of this serum. It doesn't take much. Put it on your fingertips. And we're going to dab that in around the under eye area from the crow's feet side of our eyes, just under to the bridge of the nose, into the eye hollows, and pat that in. It takes a couple of minutes for this product to completely absorb. It doesn't take long for you to begin to see the results and feel it working. And again, the effects will last for several hours, usually about 4 or 5. You can reapply this if you need to. They suggest using it twice a day because even though it is an instant fix for these issues, over time, again, as I said, it revitalizes the skin area around the eyes, giving you better and better results the longer you use it. And again, it's less than 10 bucks. The effectiveness of caffeine on the eye area is just really unbelievable. I've had many times where I have applied caffeine serums to friends under their eyes to help them look better after, again, too late of a night out, or they had something important to do and didn't get enough rest, or they had been unwell, and the effects just amazed them. Now, as always, I will put a link down below in the video description box for this product so you can go and check it out for yourself. If you decide to use it, I always ask you come back to the channel and in the comments below the video, let us know how it works for you. Oh, the look of sunken eyes and under eye hollows makes us look so much older and tired. Yes, big problem, I know. Going to tell you what you can do about it all in today's video. Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about two very specific issues around the eyes: the look of sunken eyes and under eye hollows. And it's a specific issue that happens for a lot of us. And of course, it contributes to making us look older. Now, the eyes are one of the first areas to show aging because we have a lot of tiny muscles around those eyes that flex all the time, creating what's known as dynamic wrinkles that over time become static wrinkles, like crow's feet and those little tiny lines you get just under your eye. Not to mention that the skin around your eye and on your eyelids is some of the thinnest skin on the body. And these areas also don't have a lot of oil or moisture producing sweat glands. So definitely the eyes begin to show the signs of aging faster than other parts of the body. But the good news is there are some very specific things you can do to help improve these areas by understanding what contributes to them and the things that you can actually do about it. And when we talk about sunken eyes, we're actually talking about a medical condition called ophthalmos. This is a condition where your eyes look like they've recessed into your head, giving that sunken eye look and giving the impression that you have hollow eyes. So then what makes your eyes start to sag and give this appearance in the first place? Well, a couple of things. The first one that we can't do a whole lot about happens to deal with genetics. Some people are just more genetically predisposed to lose more fat around the area of the eye and to have those blood vessels be more visible, which gives us the look of being tired and well older than our years. But don't despair, there are still some things you're going to do that we're going to talk about to help improve these areas. Now, some other things you might not be aware of can contribute to this look as well, and that is your skin being dehydrated, not getting enough rest, and a lack of protecting the skin around the eyes with a good sunscreen over the years. Yes, the eye area can accumulate sun damage just like the rest of the body that is exposed over time to ultraviolet light. Not to mention sinus problems and allergies, which of course I have, rapid weight loss, and then just aging itself, because as we get older, we produce less collagen to keep these areas tight, supple, and firm. So whether we call them sunken eyes or under eye hollows, here are some things we can do. Number one on the list is to make sure that you're getting sunscreen around and under your eyes up to the under eyelid. Now, I know for some of you this can be tricky because your skin can be sensitive to certain types of sunscreens, in particularly chemical sunscreen. However, there are moisturizers and eye creams available that are perfectly fine for use around and over the eye to help protect that very thin skin from ultraviolet light. And of course, I live in Florida, so I'm always in a hat and I always have sunglasses. Anything you can do to protect your face and eyes from the damaging effects of the sun, do it. Next is obviously to stay hydrated, making sure you drink enough water every day to keep your body hydrated and your skin hydrated. Easy way to do this is always have some water available to sip on throughout the day. That way you're not measuring cups of water all the time. Just sipping from time to time every hour will help keep your body hydrated. Again, using moisturizers, in particular moisturizers that contain hyaluronic acid or polyglutamic acid. Very good for the area around the eyes because those molecules actually trap and bring moisture into the skin, helping to keep it hydrated, plump, and firm. Now, I know there are a lot of products for the eyes out there to choose from, and it can get pretty overwhelming and confusing. It does for me. So I will put my recommendations down below in the video description box, and you can check those out when we're done here today. The next thing you can do is use one of the new generations of under eye skin tighteners. This is Instatox. It's one of my favorite brands. I'm going to demonstrate how to do this in just a second. But the way these products work is that they're made with silicates, like from clay mask. You think of a clay mask, you put it on your skin, it dries, it tightens, it lifts. Well, that same type of ingredient, fractionated silicates, are in products like this Instatox, along with other ingredients that help the fractionated silicate bond to the surface of the skin and work longer, up to 8 hours in fact. The other great thing about these temporary skin tighteners is that these formulas work well mixed into moisturizer and cream foundation. And of course, they can be used alone. And when you do that, use a very tiny amount. It takes the smallest amount of this product and you just pat it in the area you want to tighten. So I'll go from my eye hollows out to my crow's feet area, just under my lower eyelid. And you can actually feel this begin to lift and tighten the skin. And I can feel that getting really tight right now. And it truly does give phenomenal results that last pretty much all day. I've done a full review on this particular product. I'll put the link to that down below in the video description box as well. And in fact, I just had a really good friend email me about this very problem. Said, I've tried caffeine serums, I've tried eye creams. I cannot get anything to tighten this under eye area. So I recommended Instatox. He tried it, just amazed. The guy is still thanking me 3 days out for recommending this product. So this is definitely something worth checking out. The next thing that's important to do is look for eye products that contain retinol. Again, there are a lot of these out there that I've talked about. Neutrogena brand actually has a really great product that I've tested and many people use with success, and that's the Neutrogena Pro Under Eye Rapid Response eye cream with retinol. I know, really long name, again, link below, but it does work very, very well. The reason it's so important to choose an eye cream with retinol over just using your retinol treatment at night or your lotion is the eye cream is specially formulated with a very buffered form of retinol with much less risk of causing eye irritation, while they give you great benefits over time. And believe it or not, today we have specialized prescription eye drops that can help open and lift the eyelid, literally helping to take 20 years off the look of people's eyes. You do have to see a medical professional for this product. That prescription eye drop product is called Upneek. And again, you have to see an eye care professional in order to get it prescribed for you. And of course, if you don't get the type of results you're looking for following these particular tips and products, you can always seek out a plastic surgeon or physician to help give you options on lifting and tightening the eye skin itself, giving you a much younger look. So if sunken eyes and under eye hollows have been getting you down, you now have some things at your fingertips you can do to improve the look of these. Now, I hope you guys found this compilation video on how to get much younger looking eyes and keep them that way helpful. If you did, please like it, share it out, let me know down in the comments below. And for even more ways to roll back that clock on skin and body aging, be sure to check out this video that's coming up next for you. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting my channel. It's everything. You're everything. Stay beautiful. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you on that next video.